yearly basis in the manner laid out in section 147 of the Income Tax Ordinance 2001. The builders and developers and first time buyers, as we have discussed in this presentation and today's session, would be able to get their project registered under this scheme voluntarily. So they can choose to avail this scheme. They can choose to be taxed under the this new scheme, and under the section 100D that would be inserted voluntarily. They can also choose not to do that and be taxed under the existing regime. If they do choose, however, to register under this scheme, it can't be reversed. So you have to think the benefits. If you think it's beneficial, amnesty, fixed tax, everything, all the incentives, I would really be looking for people who think it's not beneficial. Anyway, if somebody does think it's beneficial and get registered, once registered, it can't be reversed. The builders and developers will register each project separately by submitting the online form that FBR would release on IRIS by providing the details of the project. In case of undertaking of both the development and construction project on the same plot, two separate forms will be submitted for both development and building. The registration can be done till 31st of December 2020, and new and existing projects should be completed by 30th of September 2022. Now, we have tried to cover all the important points, but as you can understand, there are so many questions, there are so many areas, there would still be some things, some minute points that might be left out. That's why we have given you the complete tax laws amendment ordinance that you can refer to and go through in your free time. We are also gifting you a copy of this presentation, but please be professional and ethical and do give credit to today's session, to ACCA, to FPR, to MLCC when you refer to this, and make use of this. And any questions that you have, you'll be able to ask me not just now, but even after the session. You can contact me on my details provided to you. And the best way to contact me would be on my LinkedIn profile that is available on screens. You can just click on this. It's in the profile, in the presentation, you have the profile, and just send me a message. Connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message, and I will get back to you. If you do decide to send me a message on WhatsApp, please introduce yourself. And remember, I get a lot of WhatsApp and email, so it might take a bit of time to get back to you. The best way to get a quick, comparatively quicker responses on LinkedIn. But the best thing is I do respond. Even if it takes time, I respond to everyone. Another fantastic endeavor that we are doing is you are getting this interactive session. You are getting to ask the question and everything. But even if you want to see the recording, otherwise, this will be available after a quarter on ACCA's GoToWebinar. But it would be available within a few days on my YouTube channel too. You can access that. And another good thing, we envisioned a program that we referred turned the Corona or COVID-19 lockdown into a blessing by professional development. We delivered several CPDs in last few days live for ACCA. We also started putting up these sessions free of cost for everyone on the YouTube channel, as well as many other sessions and trainings and many other professional development clips on the YouTube channel. And in the last few days alone, over 5,000 professionals have availed this in this month. Over last few days, they have benefited from this program by either attending the CPDs online or going to the videos on the YouTube channel. And now we have decided to expand the program further by launching a new video on the YouTube every single day. So every single day, you'll be getting a new professional video on the YouTube and taking in your feedback. We have reduced the duration So for tomorrow and day after tomorrow, they are still longer sessions. But from Thursday onwards, the sessions would be anywhere between a few minutes to a maximum of 30 minutes. They would not go more than 30 minutes. They would become sessions in part if the topic is lengthier, but every video uploaded would be a maximum of 30 minutes to benefit for the benefit of viewers, so they can see this at their comfort, and with that smaller time period, hopefully they would have better retention and engagement. So this is the YouTube channel link too. You will have that. You can click this and open the YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can simply go on YouTube and search it by my name, Omer Zaheer Meer, and you'll have the YouTube available to you. So with this, I think this is now time to go to the Q&A. Are you ready, Nizam? While Nizam is coming, let me quickly show you the YouTube channel.
Sure, sir.
So we have Nizam, but just give me 30 seconds, Nizam. So this is the YouTube channel. The way you can search it is already shown in this video clip here. You'll just type in my name, Omer Zaheer Meer, and it would appear, and you'll have all these ACCA CPD session as well as a new professional development video every single day. So make use of um, this time period, this lockdown, and invest in yourself. Over to you, Nizam. Let's go through with the question. What you need to do now, Nizam, is quickly ask me the question. I might at the end ask you to unmute a guy or two, but otherwise we'll try to quickly go through as many questions as possible. Any question relating to what we have already covered, you can skip that on your own, or you can just quickly read the question and I'll skip it for you. So let's start, my friend.
Would you like to tell me the last question when I was gone that you asked? Or should I just start
Why don't you ask the question that Taha Askari asked? It's a couple of questions after Rabia Shams. You'll be looking at 320-ish,
320?
around that time.
Okay, so Rabia Shams's question?
Rabia Shams one I already answered. Just scroll down a little bit. Let me answer one question while you find that. Hang on. I promised Munib Afan Shafi to answer his question. He said, want amnesty scheme be encouraging money washing? I hope, Munib, your question is now answered. I covered in detail the exemptions. Please carry on, Nizam. Taha Askari's question. 331.
Okay, so no question at 331 at my end.
Okay, let me ask this question and you can then continue from the next one. Taha Askari asked.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Taha Askari asked that the present incentives being provided seems to be a short-term measure to scale economic growth in the present environment, as you have already discussed. Thanks, Taha. I went through a leading economist's point of views on Pakistan having the lowest productive utilization of land in South Asia, let alone the world. A lot of it is happening due to ineffective regulation and influx of black money. What mechanism do you think should be employed by the authorities to spur economic development for long term in the construction industry? A very good question, Taha, and it would require a detailed session. I'll try to do that if you especially put in me a reminder on LinkedIn, but just a few pointers. The first stage is the economic revival. Checks and balances have been introduced, exclusions have been introduced. The next stage would be the documentation of the economy along with structural reforms of the legislation, especially tax laws, so people can gain the confidence, and then actual delivery so people can see that their tax money is being spent. So avoidance of harassment and winning over people's trust. Once that is done, then there can be an effective documentation of the economy and implementation of the AML regimes most effectively. But let me tell you, Pakistan has done fantastic work. I can tell you this because I've been working as advisor and trainer with several banks, and the AML laws implementation has been fantastic. We have even drafted the AML laws for some banks, and the kind of efforts that State Bank has put in, let me tell you, they are one of the best in the region. So hopefully, we'll continue efforts in this regard and see the results in the coming time period. Taha Askari also asked at 333, is there no possibility of applying a single unit of tax throughout the cycle of construction, which includes land, plotting, completion of building, and capital gain from the first sale? Is there no internal precedence of it? Taha, the fixed rate has now been introduced and we have discussed. I hope that answers your question. If you are asking something else, please elaborate or send me a message on the LinkedIn. Over to you, 334.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Shabazz Makhdoom, exemption from capital gain is available to everyone rather than only builders and developers.
Shabazz, we have covered that in detail. If the requirements are met by the first-time purchaser, by the seller, that the property they purchased was the one which they are about to sell, and it was being used for their own personal accommodation, and all the other conditions, including the benefit not being availed previously, was being met, then yes, they will be able to avail the CGT exemption. Shoaib Khan, thank you. Are welcome. Over to you.
Another question by Shabazz Makhdoom, only withholding of tax on dividends of construction companies is made. Taxpayers will have to pay tax on dividends themselves. Am I right?
Very good question, Shabazz. Reread the slide that I provided you. In fact, you'll have to go through the legislation. The dividends that are being paid, exemption has been made there. So these dividends will be received tax exempt. So the way dividends are taxed, the withholding tax is deducted. The same concept, like you receive salary income, the tax is already deducted. If the government says, okay, it's exempted, you don't have to withhold the salary tax, it doesn't mean you have to pay the tax yourself. I hope that answers the question. Next one. So good news for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ahmed Bakri. My question is relating to the WHIT for construction contractors. I understand that this will remain same for the construction contractors and they will deduct WHIT as they are deducting now.
Not really, Ahmed. I've discussed this in detail as per the changes made in section 150 or 153. The video of this will be available within this week. In fact, next few days on the YouTube channel. Please go there, subscribe to it or watch it for the answer. But no, it won't be the same. Changes have been introduced in section 150 and 153, and it's not WHIT, my friend, it's WHT, the abbreviation for withholding tax. Over to you, Nizam.
Thank you. Ashik Ali Rana. Can you also explain what is the benefit of this ordinance of landowner for purchase and constructed the house or plaza or housing society from builder and developer? This scheme only covered only builders or developers. And he also goes on, or maybe you should answer this first.
Could you please unmute Ashik Ali Rana Saab? Ashik Ali Rana Saab is the Vice President of Lahore Tax Bar Association. As I mentioned in the session, he is one of our partners. Lahore Tax Bar is a partner institution of ACCA, and we work very closely. We have a lot of MOUs, and Ashik Saab is a very learned professional and also esteemed official of the Lahore Tax Bar Association, but on a personal level, a very dear friend. Could you please unmute Ashik Saab so he can ask his question himself?
So, Ashik Saab, I'll ask you to unmute yourself. You are unmuted at my end.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Umar bhai?
Wa alaikum assalam, Ashik bhai. Good to have you here. Welcome. How are you? How's the session going so far?
I am very happy. I am very happy to see you and this session is very knowledgeable and sharing your valuable knowledge for us. I really appreciate you. I proud of you.
Thank you,
And
brother.
I can also request to make this session another for the members of Lahore Tax Bar Association once again,
Sure, it will
because
be done.
this is a new ordinance. Thank you very much. Thank you. So kind of you. Welcome.
Ashik
Please
bhai,
carry on. Thank you very
Ashik
much.
bhai, I'll just discuss the question you have asked. Thanks for your kind words and compliments. Ashik Saab is a very positive person, and as you have seen right now, not only he appreciated the effort, but he immediately thought of benefiting the members and asked to do the session for Lahore Tax Bar again, which Ashik Saab, on your request, will be doing. So the credit would go to you. You asked that
Thank you.
kindly. You're welcome. You asked that kindly also explain what is the benefit of this ordinance of landowner for purchase and construction of the house or plaza or housing society for from builder and developer. This scheme only covered builder or developer. Ashik bhai, anybody who would be building or developing when they'll register themselves with the FBR would become builder and developer because the ordinance defines the builder and developer not in the typical sense, but as someone who would register their project with the FBR on IRIS. So, for example, you or me went and got some land, and we decided after buying the land, we decided that we are gonna build a property on it. So what we would need to do is we'll register ourselves on IRIS and we would become a builder. If we just buy some agriculture or undeveloped land and we decide that we'll develop and sell it as a housing society, then we'll need to register ourselves on FBR's website, IRIS, and we'll become developer. So it's not limited in the traditional sense to traditional builders and developers, but it has now opened up the avenue to anyone willing to work in the construction industry. They can become builder and developer by just enrolling themselves on FBR, and there's no limit. They might be building just one house, just one unit. They can do that. There is no size limit. So hope that answers your question, sir.
Should I move on, sir?
Let's do that.
Okay, so I think this one is for you, Faizan Ahmed. Link is not selecting. Then Mohammed Ijaz. Sir, relief is only available on import of plant and machinery. What about material like tiles, electric items, etc.?
We have discussed that there would be no withholding tax deducted on any materials bearing cement and steel. It's covered in the session. For more detailed discussion, please do view the recording of this session. I have already shared the link of the YouTube channel with you. I've also shown it to you. It would be available within a few days, within this week. So please visit that. Look at the recording. You'll get your detailed answer. Otherwise, go through this presentation meanwhile. Next one.
All right. So Hamidur Rahman. What can we expect from upcoming relief package for SMEs sector? What would you kindly give your input?
It's a very good question and one that would require some detailed answer, Hamid Sab. Hamid Sab, basically, the upcoming relief package for SME sector is still to be seen that what transpires. A lot of people were asking me to comment on this relief package for construction industry, but I was holding myself back. Reason being that as professionals, we should wait for the formal document to be released because many things actually get changed during the process of approval by the cabinet, or if it's presented to the parliament during the debates there or through the promulgation. So once the final thing is available, only then one would be able to comment on this. So I would suggest let's hold and see what the final package is before we actually comment. I hope that answers your question. Now, Nizam, could you continue reading the comments, as I think we have answered most of the question. So you can start by reading Ashik Bhai's comment, that is at 355.
All right, I'll be apologizing, but I wasn't around and it's not coming here at my end. So
Okay, that's fine.
can
Uh,
I
I'll
request?
I'll just read the comment
Thank you.
myself, and then you can connect from where you were available. So Ashik Bhai said, "Hello, how are you?" And we already discussed that. I'm very well, my friend, and I hope you are well too. Thank you for such a fruitful knowledge sharing session with us and sparing your valuable time. I'm proud of you. You are most welcome. We are glad that a knowledgeable person like you also found this valuable, and thanks for your kind feedback. We look forward to strengthening our ties with Lahore Tech Bar, and we will be doing this session for Lahore Tech Bar too. Um, Next up is Kumal Ali 417. Is that appearing to you, Nizam?
Yes, it is. Would you like me to speak it out?
Sure, you are the team. Continue, please.
Thank you. Sir, you're biggest fan, but I'm suggesting to organize the sessions in evening timings as you were doing earlier. I could not concentrate due to office work in this time. So, Komal, I have just a small input for you. We are organizing all these webinars on a schedule that is based so we had a session that was postponed due to lack of time. It was based on International Chamber of Commerce running from Sri Lanka. So it was a last moment call, or it would have been on air, but due to clash of time, we couldn't put it up. So back-to-back webinars, and we have to really push in all these sessions. Rest is
That's okay,
all
Nizam.
assured. We tried our
Let,
best.
let me address that. Thank you. Kumail, first of all, thank you for such a kind feedback. Well, biggest fan, then I would be your biggest fan and would look forward to meeting you. As Nizam has told you, we normally try to organize these in the evening time, but we already had some session planned in these few days, and we wanted to do it very quickly for the benefits of our members and other attendees and our partner institutions. So the ordinance released only yesterday, and we wanted to do it today, and we did it. And I actually worked overnight to finalize the presentation for you guys. But the problem was the sessions were already scheduled for today. So we worked with the team and they worked very hard to organize the back-to-back session, and the only slot that we had was 2:30 to 4:30. So we said, instead of delaying, let's do it at this time. However, to compensate you, we will be making available the recording of this session online. It would be available within this week, in the next few days, on the YouTube channel. So don't worry, my friend, you'll be able to see the recording. And as usual, if you have any questions, you can contact me on LinkedIn. I hope that answers your question. Next one, over to you, Nizam.
Thank you. So Hamidur Rahman, so what can we expect from the upcoming relief
That's already been up.
package for the SME sector? Yeah. Nabil Ibrahim, thank you, Umar Bhai, for your efforts and time.
You are most welcome, Nabil.
Then,
We are glad you attended. After you read the comment, give me a few seconds to respond to them too, as a courtesy.
thank you. Will be followed like that. Mohammad Faisal, very informative session. Thanks, Mr. Omer Zaheer and ACCA.
You are
Thank you
most
very
welcome,
much.
Faisal Saab. We are glad that it added value, and that's our aim.
Okay, so Ashik Ali Rana, when I registered the company after my work done, then what will I do? Can it will be wind up or dissolve?
So, Ashik Bhai, if you register a company for a project as a builder and developer, after that is completed, you can always wind up. That is covered within the scope of the Companies Act 2017. However, you don't even need to register one. You can even do the project as an individual on your own NTN, or you can do it as a AOP in partnership with someone. But to answer your question, if you decide to do that as a company, after completion of the project, you can wind that up and that is covered within the scope of the Companies Act 2017. Hope that answers your question. Over to you, Nizam.
Thank you, sir. Zishan Majid. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm missing a comment. Hamidur Rahman, thank you for the input, sir. Really helpful. God bless you.
You are most welcome. God bless you too, my friend.
Zishan Majid, sir, great session. It was really helpful.
You are most welcome, Zishan. We are glad it added value.
Kasser Majid, unable to download notes, so I just shared all the handout links. Then Kasser Majid, further text messaging should be started to generate alerts regarding the start of the webinar. Okay,
it's a good suggestion.
Take that into account.
All of us do have our cell phones handy, and our emails are normally on our cell phone, and we are getting updates about them. So if we are getting so many emails that we can't locate this email, then the question would be, perhaps we might be getting so many SMS that we won't be able to locate the SMS too. Something to think about, but still a good suggestion. And Nizam, please discuss that with member affairs.
I will, sir. I will. Ashik Ali, Rana, thanks for compliments and honor. Best of luck in future.
You are most welcome, Ashik Saab. Thank you very much. Best wishes to you too, and we'll soon be doing the session as you have personally requested for our esteemed partners of Lahore Tax Bar Association, inshallah.
Kuman Ali, sure, sir. It will be a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. I will go through the recordings.
You are most welcome. The pleasure would be mine, Kumail.
Then last, Saqib Latif, a wonderful insight, great session.
Thank you very much, Saqib Saab. And I think let's call it a day now. Thank you everyone for attending the session today. We hope you learned from today's session and it added value. Thank you for sparing the time. Thank you for all your great feedback. Please do connect on social media. Let your suggestion come in. Let us know what kind of topics you would like to have sessions in future too. And do subscribe to the YouTube channel to avail the free recordings of this session for your benefit too. And most importantly, stay safe, follow all the precautions, do the best you can, and use this time wisely to invest in your professional development, so that when you come out of the lockdown and even during, you are a different person able to cope with the challenges. With that, I would like to thank my entire team at ACCA, Nizam, Arun, everyone who made today's session possible, Sajid, who was also very excited for today's session, our partners who really spurred us up for this session, Lahore Chamber of Commerce and Industry, especially Kashif Anwar Saab there, Lahore Tax Bar Association, especially Ashik Ali Rana Saab there, our members, our Tax Advisory Committee, our MNP, my own team at MLCC, Millennium Law and Corporate Company, who really helped with this presentation and all the material, and really put up with me taking all the time out from the firm's work for the greater good. So I think that's it. Once again, thank you very much for your time. Have a good day and take care of yourself till we see you the next time. Allah Hafiz.